Welcome one and all back to my YouTube channel. I am What-Ifs, and today I bring to you What if Naruto and Minato had switched places, part 8. I'm going to confidently say it's part 8. Now this is where I waste a minute of the video checking if it's actually part 8 or not. Give me a second. While I'm checking if it's part 8 or what the fuck. Okay, there we go. Oh no, it's part 7. It's part 7. Wow, okay. So yeah, welcome back. It's part 7 to What if Naruto and Minato switch places. Now, as you can see, this isn't what I usually do. Like, what I usually do is post the same what if, like, back to back, you know. So last time I posted Isabu and Kurama, this should be Isabu and Kurama, but since this is the penultimate video of the series, I just did those two together, right? And then for the finale of both, I plan on posting both of them on the same day, which is why I didn't upload both. Which is why this isn't Isabu and Kurama. Don't know why it took me so long to say that. Yeah, I'm going. This is going to be a very, very long video. You wanna know how I know? Cause typically I read about like 3, 4, maybe 5 pages, and those are like what, 20 minutes. So this chapter I started on chapter 7. I started on chapter 7 and ended on chapter 8, as most writers do. This chapter starts at page 28 and ends at page 40. 12 pages. I'm going to read 12 pages, and Save Factory is so annoying, and I can't. Save Factory is so annoying, and I can't upload a video that's 60 minutes or over. So I should probably stop wasting my time and get right into it. But I just want to explain to you how big this video is going to be. I don't know how long this video is going to be. I just know it's going to be long. But that's what she said. But it took me like 2 hours to finish this whole chapter. But with all that out of the way, let's get into it. What if Naruto and Minato switch places? Chapter 7: Power of the Sharingan. The Genjutsu has been cast upon all the attendants of the exams. Minato broke out instantly thanks to his Sharingan and so did all the Uchiha attendants. The shinobi thought it'd be best for the attendants to remain in the Genjutsu, as they wouldn't get in the way and wouldn't have a chance of death. Gaara escapes with Temari and Kanko, and Sasuke instantly follows. Minato sees this and looks at Sakura, who broke herself out of the Genjutsu. Minato! He turns around and sees Obito calling him. Go after Sasuke, we can handle things here, Obito told Minato. Yes, father, he responds as he takes Sakura and runs off. Say, Kakashi, how many of these have you taken down? Obito asked. 14. You? Kakashi responded. Obito smirks as he says, 15. Kakashi grows a tick mark as they suddenly hear, Is that the best you two can do? I've taken down 25 already! Guy exclaimed. The two of them both grow tick marks as all 3 of them hear, You young'uns think you're so great, huh? I've taken 40 of them. Fugaku said. Oh, come on! Obito yells. Well, that's why you put respect on older generations, yibbits, Fugaku said with a sly grin. About a minute later, all enemy shinobi in the stands were knocked out. Alright, I think that's all of them, Kakashi says. Now that that's taken care of, we now have bigger things to worry about. Lord Third is under attack and we must help, Fugaku states. They all nod. Itachi then appears in front of them and states, All of the shinobi outside the village have been taken care of. Incredible! Fugaku congratulates his son. Okay, let's go, Kakashi said. He activates his Mangekyo Sharingan and uses long-range Kamui to form a portal on the barrier made by the Sound Four. Obito then activates his own Kamui portal in front of them and connects the 2 portals. Rin, you stay and save everyone you can, he tells her. I will. Please, come back. She looks at the 5 of them. All of you, please, come back. as he pleads with all of them. Don't worry, we will. Obito reassures her. He gives her a kiss as he, Kakashi, Itachi, Guy, and Fugaku go through the Kamui portal and appear in the barrier. But before the portal to the barrier could close, before the portal on the barrier could close itself, one more figure was able to jump in. This is Jiraiya. By the time the 6 of them had entered the battlefield, Orochimaru had already brought back Hashirama and Tobirama. It's great to see all of you. I now ask the 6 of you to help me in this battle, Hiruzen says. Of course, Lord Kage, allow us to assist you, everyone but Jiraiya says. Orochimaru, this is your end. I won't make the same mistake I did all those years ago. This is where you die, Hiruzen states with the utmost determination. Well then, let's dance, Sarutobi-sensei, Orochimaru yells in glee. Kakashi and Obito prepare to face off against Hashirama. Fugaku and Itachi prepare to go against Tobirama, and Hiruzen, Guy, and Jiraiya prepare to go against Orochimaru. We now cut to Minato and Sakura following Sasuke, who is following the 7 siblings. There's a lot of following going on. Kankuro stops to buy Tamari and Gaara some time, but before they can head off, Gaara knocks Tamari away, leaving on his own. As Kankuro goes over to see if she's okay, Sasuke takes the time to ask, Sakura, Minato, what are you two doing here? We're here to help you out. You might be able to take these two on by yourself, but I don't know if you'll be able to handle Gaara alone, Minato states. You two go ahead, I'll take care of these two, Sakura said, surprising Sasuke. Are you sure you'll be able to handle it? Sasuke asked. Yeah, I'll be fine, trust me. Now hurry your asses up and go get that guy. Sasuke nods and runs after Gaara. Stay safe, please. Stay safe, please, Minato said. Funny, I was about to say the same thing, Sakura responds as he pulls him in for a goodbye kiss. He heads off. That whole display was cute and all, but I hate to break it to you. He's not coming back and neither are you, Tamari said, getting her fan out. I mean, if you're jealous, just say that. I wouldn't blame you. He is Minato, after all, Sakura responded calmly. Oh, please, don't mistake me for some... Tamari proceeds to taunt Sakura and Minato with Kankuro assisting her at some points. But the two of them were so arrogant that they'd be able to beat her, and so cocky of their monologuing that they didn't notice that Sakura was already behind them and the person they were taunting was a clone. She has 2 kunai in her hands as she puts to the next and says, I'm sorry, I wasn't really listening to all of that. Could you start over, please? You have my full attention. The two are shocked, but not as shocked as Sakura when 3 pairs of arms come out of Kankuro's back and start to squeeze her tightly, which causes her to drop the kunai. The real Kankuro, who was playing 3D chess, was in a relatively distant tree controlled by Quill. Tamari jumps back and uses wind-style breakthrough with her fan, which causes massive wind pressure damage to Sakura's back. Quill isn't phased and opens its mouth to reveal a poisoned kunai. This is where you die, Kankuro said to himself as he had Quill impale Sakura's skull. She sadly dies from this as the two of them smirk. Tamari then hears something loud coming to her direction quickly. She turns around to see a massive water dragon heading to her. She isn't fast enough to react, and she gets hit by it, blowing her back several feet. When she lands on the ground, she gets attacked by multiple water whips and shuriken. The whips make her immobile, and the shuriken weaken her durability. She suddenly falls down as the ground beneath her starts to lower. When the ground stops moving, she's surrounded by paper bombs. Her eyes widen as they all go off, and she gets blown up into the sky. That's when another water dragon starts to wrap itself around her. It slowly deforms and turns into hundreds of mini water dragons that attack her viciously. That's when a stone dragon comes from the ground and slams into her, successfully knocking her out. All of this happened within a minute or so, and Kankuro was too shocked to move or say anything. That's when he hears the last words he'll hear before it goes black. Checkmate. Sakura then knocks him out and ties both him and Tamari up. Kankuro was playing 3D chess, as I mentioned, but Sakura was playing 4D chess. That wasn't that bad. I still have a good amount of taco left. I hope it's enough to help those two, she says to herself as she rushes off to help Sasuke and Minato. Speaking of, let's rewind about 4 minutes and switch to their perspective. Before I do that, let me explain. Sakura has I looked up because in the last part, Sakura trained with Minato over the 1 month as she got a lot stronger, and I said that she could take on Conqueror and Tamari and stand a good chance, and she did more than stand a good chance, which is why I used that example. But damn, that's a good hand. But yes, she has water and earth style because I looked up what her chakra natures were, and she canonically had water and earth style. So I just like implemented that into the what if. Yeah. But yeah, nah, back to the story. Minato and Sasuke have caught up to Gaara and instantly went to action. Gaara turned his head around and saw Sasuke in a jumping position with his fist raised. He decks Gaara out of the trees, but before he could hit the ground, Minato appears in front of him and kicks him back up. Sasuke comes up on this and gives him a kick to the chest, which lifts him into the air even more. He appears next to him and gives him a flurry of punches down to the ground. Oh, and just like quick little side note before I really get into it. From the beginning of this chapter all the way to when I skip over to Orochimaru's fight, all of that writing was yesterday, and everything from that point, from Orochimaru's fight, hang on, from the beginning of this chapter all the way to the battles back at the arena with Hiruzen, Fugaku, Itachi, all of them. From here to that point, I worked on that yesterday. From that point to the end of the video, I worked on it today. So if there's like a change in writing, well, that's why. Okay. Minato catches up once again and gives Gaara multiple slash attacks with his kunai. He then slams it into his non-sand covered arm and kicks him down into the ground, making a crater from the impact in short range. He jumps up and uses fire style, Great Fireball Jutsu. It hits Gaara dead on, and his sand then turns into glass that pierces his arm. Gaara shrieks in pain and seems as if he's going to transform again as sand starts to form around him. Sasuke shut this down by using his Uzumaki chains to wrap around Gaara's torso. Remember, Sasuke and Itachi are the sons of Kushina in this what-if. He ignites the chains on fire, and Minato adds air bullets to increase the damage of the fire. Sasuke then brings Gaara up into the air and throws multiple kunai at him. Minato uses Shuriken Cyclone Jutsu to increase the kunai from 30 to 90. They all pierce Gaara's torso and he coughs up some blood. Minato then teleports in front of him and kicks him in the gut. This sends him flying hundreds of feet. That wasn't that hard, Sasuke said. Keep your guard up. I feel as if we've just scratched the surface of his power, Minato said, still weary. A couple seconds later, they hear a loud, lustful, bloodthirsty scream. They feel the ground shaking a bit as they see Gaara charging back at them. He's covered in sand and looks like a mini Sukaku. Yes, perfect! I shall prove my existence by spilling your precious blood on the floor. Gaara yells in glee. Told you, Minato says as he smirks at Sasuke. Shut up, he retaliates. The two then activate their Sharingan and prepare for the second round of the battle. They weave the same hand signs and say in unison, Fire Style, Dragon Flame Jutsu! A massive dragon erupts from both of their mouths and forms into one gargantuan dragon. As it barrels towards Gaara, he uses Wind Style's Sand Bomb Dragon to collide with it. But little did he know, Wind Jutsu are weaker than Fire Jutsu. In fact, Wind Jutsu enhances Fire Jutsu, so the stronger the wind, the stronger the fire. So as soon as the sand wind dragon hit, the sand melted into glass and the wind increased the firepower of the dragon. This lights him up into flames and relatively big shards of glass gets embedded in his chest. The flames are so strong that they're turning the sand on his body into glass as well, which does even more damage to him. This pushes him back a bit as the fire remains to light him up. Minato then appears behind him and performs an Uchiha barrage. And that's just Naruto's Uzumaki barrage, but Uchiha, since Minato's an Uchiha. Performs an Uchiha barrage and has him land on the ground. Sasuke appears right after this and kicks him up into the air. He makes 8 fire clones and they all use different fire jutsu from the ground. The 9 of them yell in unison, Fire Style Fireball Jutsu, Fire Style Phoenix Fire Jutsu, Fire Style Dragon Flame Jutsu, Fire Style Dragon's Breath, Fire Style Lotus Flower, Fire Style Flame Claw, Fire-style fiery flint, fire-style flame shuriken. The onslaught of fire jutsu hit Gao's mid-air body and light him up. That's when 4 Minatos teleport above, below, to the right, and to the left of Gao, respectively. These 4 all say in unison, Wind-style Great Breakthrough, Wind-style Air Bullets, Wind-style Sea Dragon, Wind-style Casting Nets. This all impacts and slices Gao's lit body and enhances the flames to an unfathomable degree. Change then come out of the ground and pierce his body and have him hang up in the air like a crucifix. Sasuke then uses lightning-style electromagnetic murder and covers his chains in paralyzing lightning. This swell paralyzes Gawa and fries him even more. Minato then teleports himself and Sasuke around Gawa to do some nice taijutsu combos for about 30 seconds. In the end, they're in front of him. Minato has 2 Rasengans in hand and Sasuke has 2 Chidori's. Combination jutsu, Storm God's Wrath, they say as they land the jutsu on his frail body. He screams in agony as he gets blown away thousands of feet. The 2 land on the ground and fist bump. That's when Sakura catches up to them and sees them fist bumping. She runs over and hugs Minato deathly hard. I'm so glad you're okay, she says. Thanks, Sakura. I can't breathe, Minato barely says. Sorry, she says as he lays off. She hugs Sasuke too and brings the 2 of them into a group hug. That's when a massive gust of wind blows past the 3 of them as a humongous cloud of smoke appears where Gao landed. Sukaku has been released. Yahoo! Let's go! Finally, that damn kid let me out. Time to cause some havoc, he says excitedly. He uses wind-style wind bullet to clear where the kids that took his kid out. He hit them and they were blown back hundreds, thousands of feet away. Minato landed on his feet but fell to his knees. Sasuke landed on his knees, and Sakura landed with her back on a tree. Her eyes start to close. Minato turns around and sees it. Hey, no, please, don't die, Sakura. Sakura, stay with me, he pleads as he shakes her and yells. I just want to rest, Sakura says weakly. No, please, stay with me. You can't rest now, I'm sorry. Just 5 minutes, she says as he finally gets knocked out. Sakura! Minato and Sasuke's Tomo are spinning like crazy. His friend, his newly acquired girlfriend, someone who he's cherished as long as he could remember, is unconscious in his arms, in front of him, and it's all thanks to that damn beast behind them. Sasuke, witnessing his friend go unconscious, his rival and best friend yelling in sorrow and pain, and a beast that no story could ever capture. The 2 suddenly feel a deep, passionate feeling in their chest, a mix of pain, of sorrow, hatred, love, regret. It's too great for them to describe. They look at each other with a mutual understanding. Their eyes then stop spinning. This whole interaction lasted for about 2 minutes, which was enough time for Sukaku to close the distance and be about 100 meters away. The 2 Uchiha stand back up on their feet, determination in their hearts and hatred in their eyes. The Sharingan, which hasn't stopped spinning this entire time, starts to slow down and mutate. The 2 have unlocked their Mangekyo Sharingan. Sasuke's looks the same as it did in canon, but Minato's has a red whirlpool in the center with 4 black stars aligned at the corners. If I could show you a picture, that'd be pretty cool, but I can't, as far as I'm aware. Minato activates his Sage mode, stacking it on top of his MS. The awakened Minato and Sasuke prepare themselves to take on a creature of legends, Sukaku the One-Tailed Beast, as the 3rd and final round of this fight begins. But before we get to that, we cut to the Clash of the Titans. Now from this point on, this is where I write today. Wrote today. Everything beforehand I wrote yesterday, this is what I wrote today. Hashirama vs. Obito and Kakashi, Tobirama vs. Fugaku and Itachi, and Orochimaru vs. Hiruzen, Jiraiya, and Nagai. Hashirama begins the battle for everyone by using wood-style deep forest emergence. This separates all of the fights rather well. but before it can cover the entire area, Jiraiya yells out, Are we making the seals for those two? Just hold them off until then. The word covers the whole area entirely. Nice to see you two. I apologize as I can't control whatever I'm about to do. Hashirama told the two. We also apologize at first. Hopefully this ends soon so you can go back to resting in peace and so the village can be safe, Kakashi states. As Kakashi was saying this, Obito used Kamui to appear behind Hashirama. He used his fire-style bomb blast dance. Hashirama senses this, however, and dodges it in time. Kakashi then uses the existing fire jutsu made by Obito to use his own fire-style Great Fireball jutsu. Hashirama dodges this again by jumping up in the air, but it does graze him a bit. As soon as he jumps up in the air, Obito is on it and starts to collide with him in taijutsu. They exchange blows, being equally matched. They land on the ground a couple feet away from each other. They run at each other and start to clash again. The exchange goes the same, but Kakashi uses lightning style Lightning Beast Hunting Fang. It heads straight to Hashirama and Obito, but Obito uses Kamui, so he takes none of the damage. This shocks Hashirama and paralyzes him for about 4 seconds. This was enough time for Kakashi to continue his onslaught. He proceeds to do his Stormfall ultimate, where he throws a bunch of lightning kunai, Kamui's kunai to behind Hashirama, and a lightning clone comes down from the sky and uses a lightning blade. Everything explodes in electricity, including the clone. This stuns Hashirama to an extreme extent and can't move for about 20 seconds. Obito then unleashes the chains he used against Minato and goes for Hashirama. He charges at him, goes through him, captures him in the chains, and uses wood-piercing swords. Now, this is where I had to retcon some stuff I said at the beginning. At the beginning of the series, I said that since Naruto was there instead of Minato, he had his Sada clone protect them, and Obito didn't get crushed by the rock. But midway writing this, I realized that I had that happen, and if I had that happen, Kakashi wouldn't have the Sharingan. If Kakashi didn't have the Sharingan, he'd just be boring. No offense, Kakashi, but you're not that great without your Sharingan. So, I'm retconning that. Naruto's still there, and Rin still isn't the Jinchuriki, but he comes in after Obito gets crushed and gives Kakashi a Sharingan. Also, at the beginning, I said that Sasuke was envious. I'm not really retconning that. I just haven't been putting that in as much because as you really spent more time with Minato, they became closer and closer friends. They already spent a good amount of time together, but this just amplified the feelings, you know. Excuse me. Oh, and Obito has Hashirama cells because of the boulder. That was the only way he could get healed. Is that cap? Extreme cap, but it's too fucking late. He has wood style. Yeah, it's too late. The wood impales Hashirama to the ground and creates a big hole in his chest. Kakashi and a clone then appear behind him and use a Rasengan and lightning blade at the same time. This obliterates Hashirama's torso, and he takes a little long to reform. As he starts to reform, the Kakashis get beside Obito, who's still holding on to the chains, and the Kakashis use lightning blade. Obito then uses wood style charging lance on both arms as a massive splinter of wood starts coming out of his arm. They aim the Kakashis then add their lightning blade to his charging lance as they aim the lightning enhanced wood at Hashirama and fire it off while simultaneously saying, "Combination Jutsu, charging tree lightning lance." This causes the reforming Hashirama to blow up, going out of Obito's chains. As he begins to reform from the ground up, from absolutely nothing, a ceiling tag appears in front of the two. Obito uses Kamui on Kakashi, charges at Hashirama once more, phases through him, catches his legs in the chains, releases Kakashi, and Kakashi places a seal on the legs. This seals Hashirama up and sends him back to the Pure Land. While this fight was happening, Itachi and Fugaku were fighting Tobirama. I find it incredibly ironic that I've been brought back with my own jutsu. But I hate that I have to fight you. Damn, Uchiha. Are you terrorizing the people once more? Have things changed? Toriyama asked. Fugaku goes a tick mark in response. Nice to see you, Lord Second. And while we have been bloodthirsty and filled with hatred in the past, we have indeed changed. We protect the leaf at all costs and eliminate all threats. Sadly, one of those threats is you, Lord Second. Toriyama nods and prepares himself. Well, that's great to hear. Let's see if I'm able to still take you on with ease, he taunted with a smirk. Fugaku and Itachi get their stances as well. Itachi serious and Fugaku with a smirk of his own. Oh, trust me, this won't be easy for you, Fugaku says as the three all charge at each other. They exchange blows, all getting good hits on each other. Toriyama then lands lethal blows on the two and they both cough out blood. They then start to fizzle. They then explode, which blows him back. He lands on his feet as Fugaku appears next to him and punches him in the jaw. This pushes him back a bit. That's when a multitude of crows zoom towards his face and obscures his vision. Itachi then forms from these crows and gives him a downward slash to his chest. This is where Fugaku uses Fire Style, Massive Flame Bomb on Toriyama and ignites him in a massive fire. The Uchiha are not letting up as Itachi raises his sword and does a multitude of slashes across Toriyama's body. The two jump back and yell in unison, Fire Style, Dragon Flame Jutsu! They then throw hundreds of kunai, both using Silicon Cyclone Jutsu to multiply by 10, and they all hit Toriyama. He's got hit by like 1,000 kunai. Itachi then appears in front of one of the kunai, grabs one of them, and starts to cut across his entire body. As he does this, Fugaku is closing in on Toriyama with his own short blade. Itachi turns around as Fugaku gets closer and the two slash him from both directions, causing Toriyama to fall down, ignited in flames and embedded with kunai. He starts to regenerate and tries to use tandem paper bombs, but can't due to the weakness of the original body. Itachi and Fugaku then activate the Apostle Body Susanoo. Fugaku's is a deep blue with a cape-like thing on its back. Its weapons are two blades. That's Fugaku Susanoo. The two of them then use the Yasaka beads that are ignited in the Matarasu thanks to Itachi and Fugaku. Yeah, thanks to Itachi and Fugaku. They hit and burn up Toriyama. The fire spreads near the edge and starts to burn the dome. A ceiling tag then appears in front of them. The Susanoo hand grabs it and slams it down into Toriyama's body. This seals him off, and as this was going on, Hiruzen and Guy were taking on Orochimaru while the original Jiraiya was making seals as he had clones fighting in his place. Guy instantly goes to the 6th gate, blitzes behind Orochimaru, and uses a Sakujaku. And uses a Sakujaku to launch him into the air. He then appears in front of him and uses Hyodora to slam him back into the ground. As he recoils off the ground, Hiruzen uses Fire Style, Great Dragon Flame to ignite Orochimaru. Before he could even scream in pain, Guy comes next to him once more to land a barrage of punches and kicks to break everything in him. This slams him through multiple trees and made by Hashirama. As he's going through a plethora of trees, the Jiraiya clone appears in front of him and uses a massive Rasengan to drill him down to the ground. And by massive, I mean the one he used in his fight against Pain. Drill him into the ground. Guy then appears and uses Dynamic Entry to break his back. Before he could recover in the slightest, Guy wraps him in bandages and uses Primary Lotus. Orochimaru is now on the ground in excruciating pain as he's about to perish. That's when he fades out of existence and stabs into the real Jiraiya. That's when Jiraiya turns into fire and starts to burn him. Guy appears in front of him in no time with Hiruzen and two other Jiraiyas. Guy uses a Sakujaku. Hiruzen uses his adamantium staff infused with fire chakra. The Jiraiya on the left uses Earth Style Sharp Stone Rasengan and the one on the right uses Fire Style Flaming Rasengan. All of these attacks get embedded within his body and send him flying all the way to the end of the barrier. In fact, it breaks the barrier due to the sheer force and power of this combo move. He then uses Izanagi once more and goes to decapitate all four Buzz. Oh my gosh, Buzz. Oh my gosh. He then uses Izanagi once more and goes to decapitate all four. Oh my gosh. Accidental Buzz. Oh my gosh. I am so good. Oh my goodness gracious golly me. He then uses Izanagi once more and decapitates all four. Man, I'm him. I mean, did I mean to do that? No. Am I glad I do that? Yes. My gosh. But since I paused, since I cut off there, I think now's a good time to explain why he has Izanagi, right? The whole reason he didn't attack in the whole reason he attacked in the first of Death in the original was because he was after Sasuke, who was the last Uchiha, besides Hisatsu. But now that there's an extreme amount of Uchiha, almost too many Uchiha, because they're all still alive in this What-If, he just picked off the ones he liked, and didn't feel the need to attack Sasuke. So yeah, he has a Sharingan. But he just used Izanagi twice, meaning that he has no more Sharingan. Yeah. Then uses Izanagi once more and goes to decapitate Awful. Woo! Guy is fast enough to grab the sword of Kusanagi and break it. That's when Orochimaru uses his Sharingan that's still intact to place him under Genjutsu. Yeah, I'll get to that. Guy is now immobile as the Jiraiya's implode and hit Guy, knocking him out of the Genjutsu. Jiraiya by now has been able to create and body flicker the tags to the other two fights. The trees start to go into the ground because of Hashirama's defeat, as Orochimaru goes to use his MS ability. But before he could do that, Fugaku grabs him with his Susanoo hand. What is the meaning of this? Fugaku yells furiously. Who have you viciously murdered to get those eyes in your damned body? Orochimaru smiles as he fades away to appear next to Hiruzen and goes to attack him. But his hand then disappears completely as Kakashi uses Kamui on it. Orochimaru uses Izanagi again to regrow his arm back and goes to Jiraiya. Itachi then blocks it with his Susanoo. Orochimaru then attempts to use his MS ability to control metal, which Sin's MS ability, but gets caught one more time by Fugaku. How are you able to use the forbidden Izanagi and still maintain the Sharingan? He interrogates. There are many ways to heal blindness, plus the fact that I took more might help, Orochimaru explained with a sly smirk. Fugaku gets enraged and squeezes him to death. He appears in the middle of all the combatants, and that's when Fugaku uses his MS ability called the Godfather. Now, we don't know Fugaku's MS ability, so I made it up myself. And speaking of the Sharingan, that's why Orochimaru was able to use Izanagi multiple times and still have his Sharingan intact. He has multiple Sharingan like within his body, and he cured the blindness problem. Actually, if you cure the blindness one, that just make it a regular eye. Yeah, well, it definitely just make it a regular eye now that I think about it. But he still has multiple within him, so he just switches them out by like rearranging the things within his body. So Fugaku uses his MS ability called the Godfather. It puts his targets under a Genjutsu and negates the activation of any abilities that they were previously using while they're in this Genjutsu. So Orochimaru can no longer use his Sharingan anymore. That's when Itachi stabs him with the Totsuka blade to seal him away forever. That's Orochimaru gets broken out of the Genjutsu from this, but the effects of the Godfather are still under, meaning that he still can't use like any jutsu. He still can't use any chakra. No, this can't be! I am the immortal Orochimaru. I cannot be killed! He yells out in fear and fury. You've brought this upon yourself, Orochimaru. The only thing I can do from here is to hope that you can find peace in the afterlife. No, that's too good for you. The legendary Totsuka blade. Good thing it doesn't send you to the afterlife. You finally get what you deserve. Hiruzen says solemnly. Sarutobi Sensei! He screams for the last time as he gets sealed away fully. Whoa. As this is happening, Minato and Sasuke are facing off against Sukaku. The two of them flare up with chakra and have the Susanos combined into one. Oh, and I didn't mention it. Minato Susanoo is yellow. Just yellow. What does it look? What weapon does it have? Fuck, what weapon does it have? It has a spear. Ooh, that's cool. Yeah, his Susanoo has a spear. The two they're able to do it thanks to the Hauser's chakra, since Minato's dad is Naruto and Sasuke's mom is Kushina. Minato's Sage Mode gets added on to the spectral being. Kurama's chakra also starts to flare up, which causes slits to appear in the middle of Minato's MS ability. So the version 1, so the tailed one, what's that called? You know that chakra mode that Naruto had in the Final Valley? Yeah, that one. Yeah, that type of chakra starts to surround the Susanoo. Yeah. Yeah, that type of chakra surrounds the Susanoo. Wah! The two say as they charge Sukaku. He jumps up and uses wind bullets to pierce it. They dodge it and uppercut him. They then jump up and pummel him to the ground. Actually, no. This is why. Well, ignore that. He uses wind bullets to pierce it. They use their spear to cut off all the wind bullets, and then use the crossbow to shoot their spear directly at Sukaku. Sukaku uses a multitude of wind bullets to try and defend against this. It doesn't work and pierces through all three of the wind bullets, and then eventually just hits Sukaku in the back. After this, they jump up themselves and pummel him to the ground, causing him to fall down, tumbling toward the forest. They pick up the spear and don't let up by as they appear in front of them and use Sage or Storm God's Wrath, but they don't have the result of the Rasengan and Chidori combining appears on top of the spear, and they stab it into Sukaku. This sends him into the sky like a torpedo. They then, with the same spear, use Sage Fire Style, Great Fireball Jutsu. This burns Sukaku like no other and starts turning him into glass, and the parts that aren't glass are heavily damaged. Sukaku uses a Tailed Beast Bomb as the last ditch effort. Sasuke and Minato use Amaterasu to combat the bomb. Okay. Now this is a perfect time to explain myself. Why can Minato and Fugaku use Amaterasu? Let me explain. Mikoto, right? In this What-If, Mikoto was known as Infernal Eye Mikoto, right? Because of her MS ability, which was the Amaterasu and Kagutsuchi. Itachi inherited Mikoto and Fugaku are siblings, brother and sister in this What-If, so they both were able to use Amaterasu, but Mikoto was able to use Kagutsuchi as well. But Mikoto was able to use Kagutsuchi as Fugaku was able to use Godfather. Itachi and Sasuke inherited that from Fugaku. Itachi got the Amaterasu and Tsukiyomi. Itachi got Amaterasu from Fugaku, and Sasuke got Amaterasu from Fugaku. Itachi got Tsukiyomi, and Sasuke got Kagutsuchi by themselves. Minato got Amaterasu from Mikoto, and his own MS ability, which I'm about to announce actually. Sasuke and Minato use Amaterasu to combat the bomb. It's not enough, so Sasuke uses Flame Control or Kagutsuchi to increase its size and velocity. Minato then uses his ability, Beholder, to control Sukaku's magnet release body to close his mouth. Now, you know what? You'll see. This abruptly stops the bomb and ignites Yukaku in black flames. He screams in agony, pure agony, for a minute before a massive cloud of smoke appears and Gawa starts to fall from the sky. The Susanoo catches him before he falls to his death. They place him on the ground as they cancel the Susanoo. Gawa wakes up about a minute later, and Minato and Sasuke give him a similar speech as they did in canon. Okay, look, I really did not want to write another speech, so I took the easy way out. But, on second thoughts, so I try the speech right now. It'd be very similar to the one I made, to the one I did in the Easterboard and Kurama. There's not really much things you can add to it. Minato and Naruto are different characters, but they have like the same core values and stuff. So they'd say the same thing. But Minato wouldn't know the struggle because he grew up in a family, a loving, caring family. So he wouldn't be able to give him any type of speech. But since Minato okay, let me try to spitball this speech right now. Gawa wakes up about a minute later and asks, everything I'm about to say is off the top of my head, like on my mother's life. Gawa wakes up about a minute later and asks, what happened? Oh, he then suddenly remembers everything that happened. Oh, fuck, I lost. Sasuke and Minato get closer. Get away from me! Stay back! Minato then stops moving. Says, "Okay. I won't take a single step." He then teleports to Gawa. Sasuke holds back laughter as much as he can as Minato proceeds to say, "Look at you, so bloodthirsty, so hungry. Why are you like this? It's because of the beast inside you. I have a beast inside me too, and I'm nothing like that. Now we come from completely different backgrounds. I grew up with a loving, caring family, and you grew up with and you must have grown up with a terrible family since you treat them awfully. But regardless of that, we both have one glaring resemblance. Not resemblance, we both have one thing in common. Significant too. We both harbor beasts inside us, and we get prosecuted, for it, even though it's out of our control. Now, I'm a part of a prestigious clan. I'm part of a prestigious clan, and so I don't get prosecuted as much as you might have, but at the beginning of my life, I definitely did. Now, fuck. We both, I could have ended up like you incredibly easily. I'm truly blessed that I had the people around me, that my father and mother decided to adopt me and bring me into their family and bless me with a little sister. Without the three of them in my life, without any of the people I love in my life, I'd be worse than you actually. I'd be so much worse. That's why, look at me now. Look, I was able to defeat you. You've grown up on hatred. I've grown up on love. Hatred is the only thing you've known. Love is the only thing I've known, for the most part. And look at the difference between us. I'm able to fight alongside my comrades, while you can only fight alone. You can't push away everybody from you. You have got to bring the people that love you and cherish them forever. You've got to let them fight alongside you. You've got to let them be there for you. Because if they're not there for you, no one's there for you. And if no one's there for you, who can help you up when you're down? Nobody. Nobody can help you when you're down. So it's about time that you stop treating your siblings the way you do. Because If I ever treated my sister the way I did, if I ever treated anybody the way you treat your siblings, your blood, I I'd truly be a lost soul. But it's not too late to change. No matter how bad things have get in this cursed world, no matter how far down the cycle of hatred you are, it is never too late to change. Even in your last dying breaths, as as long as you as long as you're able to recognize and somewhat atone for your sins, it is never too late. So please, take today as an example. Take today to prove and show you how strong love is when compared to hatred. I hope you take my words to heart, Kara. As he then takes Sasuke and teleports to Sakura and they head back to the village. Gaara's thinking about everything that Minato said. It's like, wow, that nigga was spitting. But, that's when Tamari and Kankuro appear and bring him over to take him back to the sand. I can't believe he lost. Yeah, I know. I can't believe he lost, Kankuro said. Yeah, I know. I did not expect him. I never thought he could lose, Tamari said. Tamari, Kankuro. They both get startled as they weren't expecting Gaara to speak, and they both get filled with fear. Thank you for everything. I'll be different. I love you too, Gaara says. This severely catches the two of them off guard, but Tamari, being the eldest, quickly smiles and says, "It's about them time, you asshole." Well, it's about them time, you asshole. End of chapter 7. Now, tell me how you like that. There were clearly pauses in between because I was spitballing and I was freestyling. I didn't know what to say, but I think I did relatively good. You know, like when push comes to stuff, I did pretty alright if I do say so myself. If you don't think I did alright, comment below and tell me why you don't think I did alright. If you do think I did alright, like the video, then comment below why you think I did alright, and let me know if I should do this more often. But yeah, this was the penultimate video, the second to last video of the series. The finale of both this and Isaburo Kurama should come out on the same day, that day being Saturday. The likelihood of that actually happening, giving you a percentage, there's a 20% chance of that actually happening. My apologies. I have to write 2 fucking chapters in the same day. That is, and record them and process them and edit them in the same day. So that's gonna take some time. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna get it out by Saturday. I'll try my best though. And I'm just rambling at this point. And yeah, so hope for the videos to be uploaded on Saturday. Expect them to be on Sunday. Yeah, hope for them to be up by Saturday, expect them to be up by Sunday. I feel like that's fair. I'm really debating whether or not to take like a week break. Why? Because I don't know, I just feel like taking a break and that'll give me more time to work on the new What-Ifs without like stressing about a deadline, so I might do that, I don't know. But yeah, oh, before I go, I said nigga because I'm black. I can't prove that to you, but you're just gonna have to trust me. I'm black. I mean, I implied I was black like last video. Actually, I practically said I was black last video if I remember correctly. So yeah, just take my word. I'm fucking black, nigga. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. And until next time, Nexus out.